Welcome back to another Madden 20 tips and tricks video. Today we're going to be focusing on the offensive side of the ball again with part 2 of our West Coast gun tight slots scheme. This is the formation. Last video we covered PA wide receiver seam, a great play, my favorite play out of the formation. Make sure you go watch the card on the go watch the video. Click the card on the top of the screen to go watch that video. Jeez, I can't talk to it. Tough day. But this video particularly will be covering the rest of the formation, exactly what I'm doing with this formation. Because you guys hit 1,000 likes so quickly, I had to upload it today. Now, if you hit 1,000 again on this video, I'll upload an entire gameplay using this scheme only in an online game, teaching you guys my reads, what I'm doing, how I'm adjusting to my opponent, where I'm looking, and dotting my opponent, dotting my opponent down the field using this scheme. Now, again, this is in West Coast Playbook. It's also in Chiefs, Bears, Colts, and Philadelphia Eagles. I prefer West Coast. That is what I'm running online in actual games, placing top 100 in weekend league, beating top players. I'm using West Coast Playbook, and my entire full scheme is located on hotroute.tips. If you member up, you receive access to all of our professional schemes for as long as you're a member, including that West Coast offensive ebook. I definitely recommend going and checking that out. Again, if you're looking for a free scheme, that's why we're here today. This gun tight slots out of the exact same playbook, so I'm setting you guys up for that West Coast book, but this is good enough to get the job done if you're running online games looking to beat more people. Now, a few housekeeping things before we get into it again. First off, yeah, I got a haircut, okay? My barber hooked me up. Check it out. Check out the flow. Yeah, if you're gonna make a bald comment, one, it's gonna hurt my feelings a lot. Two, make sure it's funny. I want to be called Caillou, cue ball. Anything better than just saying you lost your hair, dude. I know I lost my hair. Oh, I'm gonna pop another blood vessel in my eye. I'm really gonna do it. Which, by the way, I got from a softball, not from raging in Madden. Jeez, I forgot this is a tips video. I'm not allowed to have a personality. Let's get into the tip. Tight slots. First thing, we're gonna go to the right stick. Click the right stick to the left twice when you're on the formation. It puts your halfback to the slot. We want a playmaker at your tight end position. We don't want a tight end there. Now, in terms of the actual formation, now we already covered PA wide receiver seam. It's actually already in our quick audible. So if you click left trigger, it's already there. It's right bumper. But we want to change the rest. We don't want stick in our quick audible, so we're going to change that to PA X clown. Then we're going to change bench switch to bench swap. I personally just prefer bench swap. Now, the run is PA mid draw, or is halfback mid draw. You also have halfback sweep. If you prefer sweep, you can use that instead. I prefer draw. I will come out and sweep and just show you guys the difference though between the two runs. I do, again, personally prefer draw. I think sweep's a little bit too slow. You're relying more on block sheds on the offensive line. I think draw gives you the opportunity to showcase your stick more. And I need to get off that linebacker so he actually plays rather than just sitting there. He just sat still that play. Sometimes they actually play, sometimes they don't. But if you're on draw, oh wow, that actually got blown up right there. But I feel like it's a little bit safer. It's, less likely you get blown up for a huge loss, where sweep can just be, devastating to a drive if you do get blown up. And we're actually having a little bit of a hard time running draw. I feel like I run this for usually 5 to 6 yards per carry, and right now it's actually just getting blown up. They're going crazy. I do have the Vikes O-line, though. The Vikings are terrible. And that's Michael Bennett just dominating my O-line. Soul! Michael Bennett, chill! This is why we throw the ball right here. Okay, runs keep your opponent honest. This is why we throw. This is not a running scheme. Oh, man. Jeez, dude. Again, whenever you're in practice mode, always go to a hash mark. I'm going to go to the same hash mark we were on last time, the right hash. And again, we've been keeping that running back on the right side because when we run PA wide receiver seam, the crosser goes to the short side of the field. That's what we want. So here's the setup from last video. There we go. Setup from last video, and we're just gonna show, again, this beats every single coverage. It's super open with Adam Thielen. A lot of different options on that play. It's a very good play. Definitely go recommend you check out that video. Now, the rest of the formation, we have a couple other quick audibles now. Now we have bench swap. Unfortunately, for some reason, depending on the route running of your receivers, I have Diggs on the right. He's gonna run it weird. He has a weird looking route. Now, I actually personally think that if you flip this, you're in a better position. He gets the better looking route. It doesn't make a huge difference though. You can still run it with success, but you want to make sure you're trying to set up the corner route to the short side of the field regardless of what side the halfback's on. Again, you have 2 corners in the play. You just need to run to the short side. So what we're going to do is we're going to streak Dalvin Cook. That allows us to clear out any route that's on the right, or any zone on the right that could possibly play this corner route. Now we also want to get a zone, or or we want to get the purples and clouds to come down so we can throw the corner route over those. So we're going to put Treadwell on a drag. You could keep the table route. I'm going to block my halfback so I have extra pass protection. And then I'm just going to put Thielen either on a hitch, on a curl. It really could be, on a curl. Really, it could be anything. And I'm going to look to throw to Diggs over the purple. And I actually threw that just way too early. Absolutely way too early. It's a terrible read. It was terrible. I threw it way too early. I can get it way more open than that. I was terrible right there. Show you quickly. My bad. I hate when I make a mistake in this video, but you know what? Like, I don't like cutting these way too much. So there's more of a dot. It's absolutely wide open. Again, it's going to be every coverage. The only thing is you're going to have to work on your pass lead. So taking this in to practice mode, here we're going to face cover 2 right here. Oh, forgot to audible. We're going to face cover 2. Same setup. It's a completely different pass lead, though. You have to throw it over the cloud flat, pass leading straight up field, kind of like this. And that's actually going to be a touchdown there to Diggs. And corner routes, you know, again, just depends on the coverage that you're facing. Something you will get used to. You guys have seen, I throw a lot of corner routes. They're very, very good. This is a good corner route. It's something that's going to get open against essentially every single coverage in the game. Oh, and if I wanted to, by the way, I could change the setup so that I have Abdullah as my check down on the right side, and I can just keep the interaction with Treadwell and Thielen on the left side, and it's still going to be really good. I can still check down to Abdullah if I want to, if I don't feel like I can get it over the cloud or over the purple. You know, it's still a really good table route. I do like throwing that table. It's really solid. And if I do flip the play, here's another setup for you guys. You can still continue to streak Cook. We're still going to look for the Diggs corner on the right side. We're going to have Treadwell on a drag, so we still have the same interaction, but now we have Abdullah on the left. We can put him on a wheel, and this wheel is going to do very good against particular coverages, particularly if they're in cover 2, and I don't feel like I can get this over the cloud, or I don't have time. I can check down to Abdullah and get a really, really nice gain. Wheels are very easy to get players, your playmakers, in open space, and to make players miss. Again, you're going to have armbar and regs, you're going to have players with jukebox and mutt. You want to have your running back in open space. Now, essentially, when you're running this, you just need a clear out and you need something underneath it. Whatever else the rest of the play looks like, could look like this, perfectly fine. We're just looking to throw this corner out over the purples or over the clouds and underneath the deep zone. So that is bench right there. You can do it with any of the plays. I prefer bench swap the most. That's the one I've been putting in my quick audibles. Now, as for the next play, PA wide receiver, or sorry, PA X clown, we have this delay route with Thielen. It's actually really, really good. You can kind of see, it's behind the Y button. I'll show you it more just to show you what it looks like. It's basically a corner post. It's a double move. However, there's a way that we can get it, one, to run a shorter route and get to a more tender spot of the field. So, as for the setup, we need to have Treadwell on a streak here. Pretty much need him to be on a streak, okay? We need the deep zone in the middle to clear out. We could do it with Cook, basically same thing, but I'd prefer Treadwell. I want my running back on either a drag or a zig. I want my running back on a play where they can make, or on a route where they can make a big play. I'd prefer a drag in this situation. And then I'm going to put Diggs on a hitch. I have a couple nice options down low. It's going to make my opponent try to use her low, because both of those routes get open against a lot of different zones. And what we're going to do after that is, well, I do want to block my running back each time. I've talked about how much I hate play action, but I want to smart route Thielen. That's hot route, his button, and then right bumper to smart route, which is supposed to make routes run to the first down marker. But for this route, it makes it run much shorter and will help this route get to a much tighter and more tender spot of the field. And you'll notice how much more open this route is because of it. It's a nice tender spot of the field. And you can do this either way too. It's not necessarily hash dependent. Say it's Diggs now running this route. Let me audible here. Diggs is now running the route. Same exact setup, something like this. Again, I want to smart route Diggs, make it come down shorter, and I can throw this underneath deep blues now and over linebackers. I actually hate how big those buttons are coming up for the defensive lineman there. It's almost taking up, my reads. But yeah, these two plays are both very good. And again, you're going to put it in conjunction with this setup we had from PA wide receiver seam, and we're really attacking different parts of the field. I can check down to Cook right here if they get some pressure on me. I can still throw the crosser. The curls get open. This gun tight slots is very good, and then hopefully we're going to be able to run mid-draw right here since we're just getting dominated on the right side. Jeez. Get it to Abdullah. We're going to pick up 5 just to keep our opponents honest. If you do prefer sweep, that's okay. Again, I don't run the ball tons anyway. I throw the ball almost every play. You can call me a dumb Madden player for it, but that's the way I like to play John Madden football. I like to throw the ball. But again, at 1,000 likes, I will release this entire scheme in an actual game of Madden, a game of me playing it fully online, probably minimal cuts, and talking through my decisions in the route combos that I'm putting out there. Because I can give you these stock route combos, but it's about what you do as your opponent adjusts, and depending on the coverage they're in, that's really going to turn you from an average player to a good Madden player online. I'm not necessarily going to call myself, oh, you're a great Madden player. I've been playing Madden for a long time. A lot of you guys follow this channel because you do trust my Madden ability, and I appreciate you guys for that. But taking it into an online game, it's a lot easier for me to talk about my adjustments and what I want to be doing. So at 1,000 likes, I will be releasing that. Again, this full Gun Bunch Week West Coast Playbook scheme is available on hotroute.tips. Definitely go check that out. And make sure you leave a constructive comment on my awesome haircut. I will see you guys in the next video.